What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and welcome back to another Overwatch merch review. Today we're going to be taking a look at 4 of the Overwatch Ultimates figures made by Hasbro, and I gotta say, I haven't taken them out of the packaging yet, but already they look pretty cool. Now a huge thank you to Blizzard and Hasbro who actually sent me these products, along with a few other figures which I'm going to be reviewing in a second video after this one, so huge thank you to them. I super duper appreciate them sending me promotional stuff like this. The thoughts I will be producing in this video though are my own, so any compliments or criticisms I give these figures will be genuine as always. And without further ado, let's jump right on in. So starting off with the poster girl herself, we have Tracer. As we can see, it looks like she's got a couple weapons there in the box, a couple alternate hands for whatever you need alternate hands for. You do get a bit of information on the back, talking about her role, her identity, some nice little stats, and also shows off some of the other figures as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop this figure out. I'm gonna need a knife. Got my handy dandy merch review blade right here. Just cut her out there. All right, there she is. Put that over there. So, the box is, of course, quite a bit bigger than it would necessarily need to be. It's a bit loud. Hopefully that doesn't hurt you guys' ears. Let's try to get her out, though. It's nothing... Okay, there's no twisty ties holding her in, thank goodness. Alright. There's the figure itself. We'll get her to stand up sooner or later. Let's get the rest out first, though. Alright. There are these severed hands. Along with her weapons and their little projectiles. Let's just put this trash over here. Get that out of the way so we can take a closer look at Tracer herself. Alright, there is a close-up. And you can see the detailing is actually pretty decent. You can see the chronal accelerator on the back. Oops, she's even got her little pulse bomb, which does come off. That is nice. I'm surprised they didn't put that separately in the packaging. We'll take a closer look at that later. But first, let's close up on the face. The face actually looks pretty decent. You get this sort of like long neck that a lot of like action figures tend to have, but I mean, again, it's an action figure, so that's kind of expected. You get the jacket, chronal accelerator on the front. Get the nice bomber jacket, little wings on her arms, and her super long legs, and Crocs. Because for whatever reason, it's become stylish to wear Crocs in the year 2070. I don't know why. Trends change, I suppose. Alright, let's pan the camera down just a little bit so you can get a better look at her. So she does have, of course, moving legs, so you can jump in the air. Arms do whatever. Twist and turn. Basic action-y figure stuff. I mean, honestly, if it didn't do that, that'd be a bit disappointing, but it does, which is fantastic. The feet seem a bit difficult to position. Let's see if we can, there she goes. Now she's standing. Let's try to center her. There she's standing, going with a little bit of a weird, like, creepy look with her arms. But let's try to put some weapons in her hands. Let's see if we can squeeze that in. This is the right hand for it, I imagine. Yep, there we go. In it snaps. And the other one. There it goes. So now she can poise herself to harass the enemy backline. Just as she does. There you go. That's actually pretty cool. Let's go ahead and put on the little... how do these work? Oh, right. They'd go that way. So now she is actually... Whoop. Get quite... There it goes. Get that readjusted. Now she is firing. Doing a... Got a bit of a... I don't know. Exciting look there. Stick 'em up. Looks like a pose McCree would hold, not Tracer. And we do have the little pulse bomb, which maybe fits into one of her hands. I'll have to check the other hands real quick. So it doesn't look like she has a designated hand for the pulse bomb, but she can just kind of hold it, as you see there, with the default weapon hands. And one of her other hands is her doing the little salute icon with the fingers. And the other extra hand is her with an open palm in a wave. Very nice looking figure. And now let's move on to some of the others. Alright, next up we have the Pharmacy Double Pack, which I have to say, it is pretty funny that they put Mercy and Farah in the same pack together. I love how just unanimous the idea of Pharmacy is at this point. But anyways, yes, this is a double pack, and I will start with Mercy, showing a close-up of her. So we bring her in, and we can see her face there, looking just as disappointed in her team as always. The body itself, pretty nice. It's got her sort of like, I don't know, skirt thing, whatever you'd call that. The wings on the back are articulated. These did come unattached in the box. I did the unboxing off camera because it was actually pretty hard to get these two figures out of their packaging compared to Tracer. So, yeah, it looks pretty good. You can get a little close-up on the face there. Looks pretty nice. She does, of course, come with accessories as well. Get her big caduceus staff, which is actually very big. I'm guessing it's kind of designed to be held in both hands. Alright, I got it somewhat posed. Looks like she's about to beat down an enemy as opposed to healing an ally. And you can put this on the end, which admittedly doesn't look a whole lot like the healing beam. I mean, it has the sort of helix shape, so I guess that's accurate. It's like a big sort of like flower burst at the bottom, though. I don't know. I mean, it looks cool. It kind of looks like a flamethrower of sorts, if I'm being honest. But yeah, she can fly around and heal her allies, which, of course, is accurate to in-game. And, of course, she also has her caduceus blaster for when she's tired of being a support and is ready to take matters into her own hands. And speaking of hands, she does have alternate hands. Just like Tracer, except this time she has one for her right and one for her left. And the right one's a fist, for I guess pounding in the baddies when her blaster isn't enough. And the open hand is to look elegant. So she's like, oh, I could help you out and heal you, or I could beat your face in. She's perfectly capable of both, we all know. She can do sort of like a, I'm gonna, all those ruffians. I don't know, it's figure, you do whatever you want with it. But, yeah, Mercy's pretty nice, actually, and she stands up pretty decently well. The wings sort of offset her weight a little bit. So yeah, and of course the legs do move, as you would expect them to move. And there you go, that is Mercy. And next up, we have Farah. Now, I've been having a very tough time getting Farah to stand up properly. Alright, she's standing there for a bit. She's probably going to topple over. It's not too bad because you can just kind of lean her on her thrusters on the back, which are actually really cool. I'll do a close-up of them in just a second. But let's take a look at her torso and face. So the helmet does not come off. No, it does not. That would be very cool if the helmet could come off and you could see her actual face and hair and everything. But it is what it is. And the armor, I gotta say, it has a very sort of metallic look to it. And for a second, when I first saw it in the package, I was like, wait, is that metal? No, it's just plastic done with like a paint coating, I guess, or a material that makes it look shiny like it's metallic. It's not actually metal. It would be pretty fantastic if they actually made metal figures like this. You can see the legs. Again, they move just as you would expect them to. She does have her concussive blaster on the left shoulder as well. Nice attention to detail. Not left shoulder, left forearm, my bad. I was thinking of shoulders because these big shoulder plates, which can be articulated, quite interestingly. And yeah, I mean, they just overall make her look pretty cool. But let's take a look at her boosters on the back, because these came unattached in the box, and also these like flame things are like a sort of softer plastic. You can see it's kind of like bending there. And those came unattached as well, and you had to slide them in. So you can articulate, let's pull her back a bit, you can articulate these boosters, and they also, let's see here, let's get it to, they also come apart, so she can full on Oh, that's really big. She can full on unsheath them, unfold them, and rocket barrage, which is very cool, because that's like a, let's take her from the front. You can sort of like pose her like that. That's a cool pose to have the thrusters going up and down, and that's a really cool look, I have to say. She does, of course, come with her rocket launcher, which we can get this into her hand. Alright, I kind of got it in. It doesn't actually seem to fit that well. I tried getting her index finger into the little like trigger alcove, but it doesn't look like it's really designed properly, either her hand or the weapon, for it to work like that, so she kind of just has to hold it like that, which, let me get to focus a bit. I mean, I guess it looks alright. She can't really hold it in like both hands, though, like you would expect her to. I mean, I guess you can kind of pose it like that. Her other hand, though, just looks like it's also designed to be holding, like, the trigger, but it's, like, not lined up properly, so you can't even really get it in there, either. I don't know, that's a little disappointing. The other weapons from the figures I looked at seemed pretty good in that regard, with holding their equipment, but, yeah, it is what it is. She does also come with two little, fists. Let's get a better focus on that. Put her down. I'm not going to bother putting them into her hands, because it's just, like, fists, so one for each hand, so she can duke it out with Mercy or whatever. I don't know. But the cool other feature, which I have not shown off yet, give me just 1 second. It comes with this translucent plate with the little arm going up, and there's a little clamp that just goes around her torso there, and it can simulate flying, which is pretty cool. Let me move the camera just a bit. So yeah, you can pose her in a sort of hovering position and, let's see, bring her wings up. Boosters up, and that is, I gotta say, that's actually a very cool pose right there. I mean, you could probably play with her legs a bit more to sort of make it look more like she was actually flying, and then you can bring Mercy in from the side if you want to have her, like, healing. She has the wrong hand, so she's not actually holding the Caduceus staff, but she could be, like, healing, and I think Mercy could probably actually be held in this as well. Let me just try that real quick. Far over there. And absolutely. The wings don't... Oh, there we go. So Mercy can guardian angel to whoever's in need. And it's kind of angled weird right there, but you see how it works. That is a very cool inclusion, the little like clear base plate, and it even has the Overwatch logo on it, very fittingly. So yeah, there you go. That is the Mercy and Farah Pharmacy Double Pack. And last but not least for today, we have the great tank himself, Reinhardt. Oh boy, he is chunky. He's actually quite heavy. He is, of course, a sort of like deluxe-sized figure, so he's much bigger, had the much bigger packaging, and my God, he is a true tank. He's got some posability there. Not quite as much. He's not quite as posable due to all the armor. Like, if you can pull it in a bit, sort of move his legs so you can get a close-up of his face. His head moves a little bit. Not a lot. Not a whole lot. But the bulkiness of the armor is just astounding. You can sort of shift those a little bit. The shoulder pauldrons. And, of course, his arms... about to do like a Hulk smash or something. He's quite a fantastic looking figure. Take around the backside, he's got his back thruster. Even the back detailing is quite good looking on this figure. And of course, he does have his accessories. Let's go stick this hammer in his hand. There he is with the hammer itself. Of course, you can sort of swing it around. God, I'm like, I can't get zoomed out enough to actually give him due justice. You can twist it, and they go like, annihilate some Bastion units or whoever it is he's fighting. And that isn't all, actually. He doesn't just have this amazing hammer, sort of get his arm up like that. You also get this little thingy, which is, of course, his barrier emblem. And that should go... there it is. right there on his arm. Or if you want to actually defend your teammates... Whoops! Careful there, Reinhardt. A little old there, are ya? He comes with an actual barrier, which... let's try to figure out how this works. So... let me just try to get like an actual view of it. So it's like... it's sort of like a softer plastic, kind of like Farah's boosters. And it's this massive straight up like a plate. Like you could use this as like a plate for holding food if you wanted. But sort of get the right position for him and attach. Oh god, how is this gonna work? I'm gonna try to do it off camera because this looks like it's gonna be complicated. So after quite a bit of finagling, I found that he can kind of hold it to like his side like that. So he can actually hold it there, like that. But it also comes with these little clip things, which I do believe are designed... let's take that off his arm. To sort of mount it. Yeah, there we go. Let me just shift the camera down. You can see those sort of hold it, like, right there. So then... ooh, I wish I could zoom out farther back. So then you can sort of like pose him like that, and you can see his silhouette through there as if he's holding it. Tracer could be like, "Oi, cheers, love. I'm safe behind the barrier." And then, yeah, you can protect your team. It's not quite as nice as I was hoping from like a technical standpoint with having it actually attached to his hand while holding it out like that. He can hold it to the side as I showed, but I'm really glad they included those clips because you could just kind of poise it like this, which at least looks like a nice display piece. I mean, you can't see the figures that well, but, you know, you could tilt it however you want. That is actually really, really cool. I'm so glad they included this barrier. Even if there's not really a whole lot you can do with it, it just looks so cool. So there you go. These have been the Tracer, Reinhardt, Farah, and Mercy figures from the Hasbro Overwatch Ultimates figure line. They're pretty good, I have to admit. They're definitely sort of designed to be adequate for like playing with. Like if you're a kid and you're a fan of Overwatch, you're like, oh, it's my favorite characters to play around with. Yeah, you could get these and go on little action adventures. If you want these just as collectible items, which is what I'm pretty much going to be using them for, displaying them on my shelf, then they're also pretty good for that too, especially with the pharmacy pack where you get the little like hover clip thing, so you can kind of have Farah rising in the air. And just the little like trinkets and stuff they come with. For example, like, you know, Tracer's like guns and Mercy's gun. It's always nice to get little accessories like that and the different hands which you can switch out back and forth to sort of, you know, do different poses and whatnot. It's very nice. And overall, I gotta say, yeah, they're pretty good. So if you enjoyed this video, then thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to check out my second review video, which should be coming out in a few days, where I'll be taking a look at the Reaper figure, Lucio, Soldier 76, and a couple other ones. That'll be in a follow-up video, so I'll have a card linking to that on screen if it's already up, and otherwise be sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit up the bell to not miss those when they come out. And let me know your thoughts about these figures down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and share it with a friend if you really liked it. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.